Doctors promised him a cure.
Lo más traumático fueron los primeros 20 días.
But in just 1 hour, science not only failed him, it also destroyed him. What kind of mistake was made in that operating room? Diego Balcarce had two contradictory passions: the peace of photography and the adrenaline of motorcycles. However, the latter would make him pay a high price. An accident dislocated his left shoulder, and the only solution was getting a surgery.
Me despierto a la hora y media para una operación sencilla, 1 hora y media.
Doctors told him they would help him heal, but a mistake would end up destroying the few healthy parts he had left.
No me puedo arrancar, no puedo ir al baño, no puedo hacer nada, no podía, tenía que dormir boca arriba y no podía nada.
Diego sought out the best professionals in his country and trusted their medical knowledge. But they would shamelessly mess up during the surgery. Although the surgery was a simple procedure, when Diego woke up, he knew something was wrong. He thought it was due to the anesthesia. However, when the effect wore off, he realized a mistake had been made, and the doctors were in serious trouble due to their negligence.
En el pasillo me vuelven a anestesiar.
Diego was taken to the operating room without his consent. Within those 4 white walls, one of the most disturbing actions a patient can suffer would take place.
Pasa un enfermero, le digo, escuchame, se equivocaron, me operaron mal.
More than 138 million people are harmed annually by medical mistakes, and about 2.6 million lose their lives due to incorrect medical care, which amounts to 5 losses per minute. However, the worst part of this case was the way the doctors would try to cover up their mistake. What went wrong inside the operating room? The doctors operated on Diego's healthy shoulder. Despite his complaints, the doctors covered their oversight with a terrible lie.
Hubo un problema con su marido. ¿Qué pasó? Se cayó de la camilla en el medio de la operación.
They claimed he had himself, and that's why they had to operate on his other shoulder. But this justification did not match the intervention performed on the healthy shoulder, as it had all the elements that should have been applied to the other shoulder. And that wouldn't be the worst part. Diego spent over a month unable to move. He could no longer work, and to top it all off, the healthy shoulder was left with serious chronic pain. This case brought the doctors to justice. However, they never accepted their mistake. In fact, they never lost their license and kept working as if nothing had happened. Always be eager to know more.